It's the All-Star Classic right now. You're looking at a happy West Coast. They are up 3-1 after that dominating game on Narrows. The East Coast, they're down. They need to fight back, and this is a good game type for them to do it. But let's check out the West Coast lineup. Right now, you're checking out, as you see, Walshy, Lunchbox, Roy, and Hysteria, 3 members of the former Instinct squad, and Hysteria, who just went off that last game with the sniper rifle, and they're going to be facing off against the East Coast. And on the other side, Scott, who do we got playing this one?
All right, well, you got Pistola, Hines, Ogre 2, and Legit. So I'm pretty confident in this lineup for CTF Onslaught going into this game, Chris. I mean, you got the pivot table. What's it saying?
Hey, let me break down the pivot table for you right here. You look at the East Coast. None of these players have gone negative in this game in their careers. So now, overall, Pistola is a positive 57 when playing CTF Onslaught. However, on the other side, on the West Coast, only 1 player out of the 4, Roy, positive 63 in his lifetime on CTF Onslaught. Every one of the other players has gone negative. So
the stats are in my favor.
The stats are in the East Coast's favor.
All right, Scott rooting for the East. I got $5 on the West.
We don't gamble.
Yeah, you should. All right, well, check out his Hines. Going to work from his base. What is this strat?
That's an accidental strat.
I think it's called watch Pistol get a triple kill and then take over the map. Over? No.
It jinxed him.
Yeah, I do that. All right, guys, 30 seconds into the game, Pistol already has 3 kills, and he's out of VR ammo. Just kidding. He's got the Mauler, though. Peekaboo, Hysteria. He's got to look out behind him, players spawning in the corner. And now you got Ogre 2 running the flag. And what I love here is you have Ogre 2, Legit. They'll be running the flag. And then you have Hines and Pistola. And those guys are from Triggers Down, one of the best teams in Onslaught CTF. They're just going to be providing the cover fire.
I mean, you got Pistola, who's the best CTF Onslaught player. When he gets top middle, I haven't even ever seen him get into an opponent's base before, but I like how he's doing it right now. With this Mauler, he's controlling it very, very well, Chris.
And he would have died if he didn't have Hines watching his back. Hines from top A picked up the double kill. Meanwhile, Legit was distracting over on B side, and now Pistola is running the second flag here. East Coast trying to make a statement as they're up 2-0 in under 2 minutes.
I feel like the statement's getting made, Chris.
I love making statements. And here's another one. Ogre 2 just got a 4-shot on Hysteria, who is spawning. And the flag's down bottom middle here for the West Coast. This is not a good way to start the game for the West Coast. They have just been on spawn from the very beginning. Legit running in the 3rd flag here. 3 flags, 3 minutes. 3 flags, 2 minutes.
What's interesting is about this game type is the West Coast chose statistically 3 out of the 4 worst players to play this game type. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I'm sure they didn't know that, but that's just how it happened.
They also might just be given this game. They might be stacking the rosters for some of the other big team slayers. We've got another team slayer coming up next. And if Snipe Down's in that one, you know there's going to be trouble here for the East Coast. Legit doing big work, putting shots on the spawners. It looks like Pistol's going to try and clean it up. He's going to dive with the flag. Let's check out the West Coast and Hysteria. Hysteria finally ending Legit spree, and Pistola's spree, and he's going to get the flag return.
They're B-spawn. Top B right now. Ogre 2's 1 shot. They're still on the bank.
And Hysteria get behind Hines. It looked like a 4-shot to me, but didn't count. Legit top B versus Hysteria. Hysteria all by himself, not getting any help in this situation. You see 2 red X's. It's not a good sign. His other 2 teammates are on the other side of the map.
He's doing a great job at staying alive. I personally would have died there because I would have jumped out, and as would have you. But instead, he just kept patient.
Not me, though.
Kept patient, yep. Yep.
He kept patient, and he just waited for his teammates to come and help him. Sorry, and Nate myself just threw me off topic.
That's what I do. And then we got the flag. Now, Hysteria is probably the best flag runner of the 8 here. I love the way he moves the flag, so fluid. If you go back and watch his VOD, he will show you the perfect bottom middle. It takes him 3 jumps. And the last one before jumping into your base, you don't jump and toss it. You just drop it and then pick it up. I learned a lot by watching Hysteria over the years. There we go. Hysteria versus Hines, teammate versus teammate, and that's a 5-shot for the killing spree. Pistol comes in to clean up the kill. Pistol and Hines, they're running in packs, and we're jumping on board with an Ogre without his brother for the first time at the All-Star Classic. Ogre 2 all by his lonesome.
Wow, that's I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
You see that?
Yeah.
Kind of a glorious transition. Right now, Ogre 2 trying to stay alive in the opponent's base. Not going to work out for him. But let's stay on board with Tom. So Strong Side and Ogre 2 here are representing for the East Coast on for Final Boss on the East Coast. And then you have 2 members there of Triggers Down. Right now you see Pistola and Hines. They're representing on the East Coast as well. Over on the West Coast, you have Lunch and Roy, who are both from Instinct. Lots of duos here. They like to play the teammates.
It's a smart move. I really liked it. It's interesting to see how much the twins will play together. And by twins, I mean Roy and Lunch. They use their teamwork, their natural teamwork, in hopes that the other 2 can kind of fill in. And that's how you should do it. You should put 2 teammates in there and then 2 fillers.
And then on the other side, you have Pistola and Hines with 2 fillers.
Kind of crazy. No one from underneath the top 4 seeds really got, I guess Final Boss now technically the 6th seed, got voted in here.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to make it last year with the 08 seed.
All right, Ogre 2 versus Roy, and he's going to get help, and now we see the 5th and final flag coming from the East Coast. Can the West step up? It's time to see. Hysteria being so sneaky and so dead. Lunchbox getting the return, and there's the box putting a stop to it.
Top 8 weak, guys. There ain't no shot. Under the base, 1 shot still. Pistola. I'm looking.
Pistola is so good at staying alive. They're using his teammates to cover him. We're going to stay on board with Lunchbox, though, as it looks like his twin brother Roy is pushing into the opponent's base.
I'm running top base.
And you hear Walshy now coordinating the attack. They're going to go in for a flag here. And Lunchbox had 3 opponents to choose from, and he goes after Ogre 2 there and dropping down bottom middle. What was this all about, Scott?
I was questioning the move as soon as he fell down, because if he would have stayed up top, eventually Ogre 2 would have came out one of the tunnels and he could have executed as such, but instead he drops down, tries to be aggressive, and because of that, they may lose this flag.
And Roy's the only one alive here. And he survives to kill Ogre 2 and almost puts it in. He's dead though, and Hines' double kill is going to get the flag returned in the final flag. No. And Legit's going to go down. Every person I switched to on the East Coast is dying. It looks like the West Coast doing a nice job here to get another return. That one, again, returned by Lunchbox. All right, we got to start rooting for the West here, Scott. Whoa. It's 4-1, 8 minutes left. Come on, let's make it a 4-4 game before we end this one.
No.
No?
I don't know.
No, you just want to...
I need the statement.
Spank and go?
Uh-huh.
Peekaboo. Lunchbox is so sneaky.
Whoa.
Oh, Tom, I'm sorry I showed that to the world. We're going to Roy.
I mean, Lunchbox has an unfair advantage over Ogre 2. Lunchbox is smart and plays bumper jumper, and Ogre 2 plays default. He did.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I take it back. Ogre 2 just didn't play it well then.
Yep.
Does that make you happy? Would you rather me say that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. I'm so much happier right now. How about you, B-Mac?
You shouldn't even have spoken that sentence.
Whoa.
The Mac Fool is angry. Ogre 2 is going to get slaughtered. Roy and Walshy are going to go in for the flag. And they shouldn't run it yet because Lunchbox and Hysteria are on spawn. And here we go. Nice pass. Walshy drops it down. Roy's going to run it in. And Hines, he tried to run the opponent flag. It didn't work out. And now the West Coast is going to put in their 3rd flag. Chris Puckett tying it up. 4-4. Coming up soon. Check it out. What did you do? Magic. You know I'm paying the East Coast to lose, right?
Did you? That makes sense.
$4 because I'm going to win 5 off of you because I gamble. All right.
Great morals from Chris Puckett here, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to church.
Bribe people and gamble.
All right, here we go.
And by doing that, you can get ahead in this world. Coming soon from Chris Puckett.
It's the New York way. I'm running for governor. All right, here we go. We got Roy pushing top middle, and this is a position Pistol would love to be in right now, but he's on the other side of it right now. He's coming off the respawn. And Roy, knowing that he didn't have any backup up top, drops down low. I'm not really loving the way that West Coast is playing Onslaught here.
I'm not either. They're all low right now, but I mean, they're getting caps. The thing is the East Coast has just got way too overconfident, and they stopped going top middle, and because of that, they are getting dominated now with spawn in spawn terms.
You guys are B.
Hysteria taking a shot here. We're going to listen in with the West Coast. We got 6 minutes left in regulation time. First of 5 caps wins. East Coast needs just one more.
You guys stay alive. Running it bottom center right now. Running 5 bottom mid maze. We got option spot. Next one hit. Flags absolute.
Alright, 2 and 4.
And Pistola's going to win the BR fight and put it in. Chalk another one up for the East Coast.
Oh, man.
And checking out the stats, you see Pistola dropping positive 12 on the other end. Walshy, that's a negative 12. Hysteria, though, dropped 20 kills with 14 assists. The only player to go positive. Looks like your stats are correct, D-Mac. 3 of the 4 West Coasters going negative. East Coast staying alive. It's 3-1. West Coast needs just one more to win. 3-2, correction. And we're going to a quick commercial break. And what was that stat there, Mr. Producer? Gears of War did what? West Coast just won for Gears of War. Congratulations to the West Coast Gears players. 4-3 in a tight one. The East Coast loses. Will the East Coast redeem themselves in Halo? We'll have to see coming up next.